We don't. Good bodies.
Former TV writer Patty Lynn wrote for TV shows like Freaks and Geeks, Friends, and Breaking Bad. Her new book offers a rare, up-close and candid look at the business of Hollywood, from the writer's room to the set, and Lynn's love-hate relationship with a dysfunctional industry.
Her book is called End Credits: How I Broke Up with Hollywood. And Patty joins us now live. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. It's so great to be back in Chicago, even if virtually, because I grew up in Downers Grove, Illinois.
Oh, fantastic.
So tell us how a girl from Downers Grove ends up writing for Hollywood.
Well, I grew up the daughter of Taiwanese immigrants. I was a latchkey kid. I watched a lot of TV. I grew up steeped in pop culture. So it was a dream come true that I ended up writing for TV. And when I discovered that it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, I walked away. I quit at the height of my career. And people would always ask me, why would you quit such a cool job? Because from the outside, it does look cool and glamorous. But I wanted to pull back the curtain and show an honest and full picture of what it was like to do that job. And I think that is, it wasn't just healthy and cathartic for me, but I think it's healthy for the industry as a whole and for the viewing public, because, we should care about the people who make these shows that we love. We should care about the people who make all the things we consume, whether that's a TV show or a cell phone or the food on our plates. So yeah, I'm just very grateful that these are conversations that people are having now.
Your resume is just unbelievable, all these shows that you've worked on. And I want to ask you about your final staff job working for Breaking Bad. I feel bad asking about it because it's one of my favorite shows, but you write that you didn't have that great of an experience there.
Yeah, that is one. It was one of many, many experiences that I had that kind of fit in with this same story that I've been telling, which is that, you see these amazing shows and you don't know kind of what goes on behind the scenes, all of the ins and outs that happen. And I think that, there's been a culture of silence in Hollywood for a very long time. People have been afraid to talk about what really happens because they don't want to get blacklisted. They don't want to, not be able to work again.
So, Patty, give us an idea of what actually happened, like something that people would be like, this is the last straw.
Well, I had very many experiences where I wrote scripts and they were rewritten to the point where it was unrecognizable to me. And, there was one day that I was on a set and I was supervising a shoot, and I didn't know that my boss had rewritten pages from my script. And suddenly everyone's screaming at me because some people got the pages, some people didn't. And I didn't even know that there was a rewrite that had been done. And so that was very humiliating, to say the least. And that was definitely one of the last straws where I said, you know what, I just can't do this anymore.
Did you ever feel discriminated against?
I was, the only Asian person in every single writer's room that I worked on, and one of very few women in the room. And so that sort of lack of representation has an effect on you. It made me feel like I had to work that much harder to prove that I deserved to be there, that I deserved a seat at that table.
I bet. And so tell us also what you think of with this writer's strike going on. I mean, and it's got to be a time when you're like, well, I guess I'm glad I'm not in it now, but you probably feel for the people that are, without paychecks and not getting compensated. Yes?
Absolutely. Yeah. I walked away from the business 15 years ago, and it's really disappointing to me that things have not gotten that much better. So yes, I absolutely stand with the writers. I hope they get everything that they're fighting for. It changes hard, especially when there are entities who only care about the bottom line, but they should care about the people who are making this content, because if they can't make a living and if they can't, make a sustainable career out of this, then we're not going to have these shows that we love, these movies that we love, and our culture is going to suffer for that.
Patty, before we let you go, just one more question. What are you doing now?
Well, right now I am celebrating this milestone of writing my first book and putting it out into the world after all this hard work. One thing that I've learned is that it's so important to be present to those kinds of moments. And as for the future, I had such an amazing experience writing this book that I definitely want to do more of that. And I don't know if it's going to be another memoir or a novel, but whatever it is, it's going to be a story like End Credits that I just feel so called to write that I just can't not write it.
All right. Well, again, the book is called End Credits: How I Broke Up with Hollywood. And let's put your information there at pattylynn.com. You can find her on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Patty.
Thank you so much.